There is no place for dirty money in Britain.
For years, prime ministers have promised they'll crack down on money laundering.
We will open up the matryoshka dolls of Russian-owned companies and Russian-owned entities to find the ultimate beneficiaries within.
But beneath the surface, we've uncovered proof the promised crackdown isn't working. It reveals a troubling reality.
All we're doing is building a global reputation as a swamp for dirty money.
Thousands of new English firms whose ultimate beneficiaries remain hidden. And successive governments have failed to deal with it.
If ministers were warned back in the day and they failed to take action, that is an outrageous dereliction of duty.
Working with investigators from Finance Uncovered, we've discovered evidence that since the crackdowns were announced, thousands of firms called English limited partnerships have been created. While many may be legitimate, they allow the owners at the heart of the Russian doll to stay anonymous. No one is checking who their owners are, even if they claim to be based in the heart of our capital city.
This street is just about a minute's walk from Oxford Circus in the centre of London. But according to a US Senate investigation, it was this location that was used as the registered address of a company that was used to launder money by buying and selling art on behalf of sanctioned oligarchs, some of Vladimir Putin's oldest friends.
Boris and Arkady Rotenberg are judo partners of President Putin. According to a US Senate investigation, an English limited partnership they secretly owned called Sinara Company sent 14 wire transfers in $9,500 increments totaling $133,000 to an art advisor who the Senate report said facilitated purchases for the Rotenbergs. No details were ever provided to Companies House about Sinara Company's true owners, and no one was checking. The Rotenbergs didn't reply to our questions.
It's a scandal that people like the Rotenbergs, who have been sanctioned in America for years, have still been able to use British corporate structures to bring their money out of Russia through these structures and then spend it at will on whatever they want.
Exclusive research by Finance Uncovered and the BBC reveals a thriving system of financial secrecy facilitated by English limited partnerships. ELPs often have a nominee director and a shareholder who don't make any decisions. What they do is hide the real owners from public view. The nominees are often based in offshore tax havens renowned for their secrecy. These dolls within dolls make it impossible to know who's really in charge of companies. As you open up the dolls, here's what you find at the center: a black hole. The details we've uncovered are buried in leaked financial documents and thousands of company records.
I just want you to have a quick look. Those are some of the findings.
We showed our findings to an expert on financial crime.
I wish I could be shocked about the scale of this, but I'm absolutely not. I'm just frankly depressed and frustrated. We've been warning the government about these problems with these opaque legal structures for years, and they themselves have committed to reform back in 2018, but haven't brought that forward. Transparency is the best disinfectant, they say, and I think we need a bucket load of it, in this case around these English limited partnerships.
In 2017, it emerged that Scottish limited partnerships had been used to launder billions of dollars from the former Soviet Union. The UK government responded by forcing them to reveal their true owners, but it didn't reform the English version. Since then, anti-money laundering experts have watched as thousands of English limited partnerships have been created, and they still don't have to state their true owners.
They are so vulnerable to misuse, it's almost difficult to think of a better way of putting money through the system than using a limited partnership. They are perfect for the job. You'd go through more checks to go and get your local council library lending card than you will to create a company which has limited liability and could potentially put millions of pounds through a bank account anywhere in the world.
In 2018, the government itself raised concerns that limited partnerships were being abused by criminals following large-scale money laundering scandals. But the loophole's still been left open.
If ministers were warned back in the day that ELPs could be exploited by those wanting to launder money, and they failed to take action, that is an outrageous dereliction of duty.
A quarter of the ELPs we've found were created by a handful of company formation agencies. One of them, LAS Express, promoted ELPs as an alternative solution to get round government reforms, allowing the ultimate owners to remain hidden. LAS is linked to some pretty controversial companies. One was behind the largest Russian-language Bitcoin exchange, shut down after the US authorities accused it of money laundering. Another allegedly ran a Russian-language vaccine disinformation campaign, spreading claims that AstraZeneca's vaccine could turn recipients into chimpanzees.
I'll let you lead the way.
Yep.
LAS Express, this mass creator of first Scottish and then English limited partnerships, has used an office above an unconnected restaurant in central London.
And you'll see up there, there's a burrito bar.
There it is.
Tortilla.
Yep.
Well, apparently it's a hive of industry upstairs. They've got hundreds, if not thousands of companies, but it's hard to see where they put them all. And that's all there is to see.
And yet on the buzzer, the name of just one company. None of this surprises Graham.
No surprise at all. And I know addresses where there are 80, 90, 100,000 companies registered.
It can't be real, can it?
Not in any commercial sense. No, it absolutely isn't.
Now, this may be naive, but I'm just going to see if I can actually talk to anyone from those companies.
Okay.
Oh, the buzzer doesn't seem to work. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any kind of answer. 990 companies based here, but no one's answering the door.
We contacted the owner of LAS Express. She wouldn't do an interview, but said, "We have never been involved in any business activities of our former clients and only assisted our corporate clients with their company's formation process, mail forwarding services, statutory filings. We never supported any kind of fraud or illegal activities." A government spokesperson told us the UK already had some of the strongest controls in the world to combat money laundering, and its forthcoming economic crime bill would tighten registration requirements and improve transparency, ensuring that only those acting within the law can remain on the UK register. But there seems to be nothing in the bill so far to stop ELP owners staying anonymous.
It's utterly depressing because this was entirely preventable.
Anti-money laundering experts say there must be proper policing to check companies' stated owners are genuine. Without that, any legislative crackdown will be as ineffective as a game of whack-a-mole.
All we're doing is building a global reputation as a swamp for dirty money until we have a really credible deterrent at the heart of the UK anti-money laundering system. We're just shifting deck chairs on a sinking ship, frankly.